Now we're going to do a little bit what it seems or not what it seems. So, first guy I want to talk about is Albert Pujols, actually. So, we took off the week that he got signed by the Dodgers. So, we didn't really get to
Right.
talk about that much, but and he's played 12 games since joining LA, and the batting average isn't there, but that's not going to be with Albert. He's hitting 237, but 3 homers, 10 RBIs, and .801 OPS since he's been in LA. He hasn't had an OPS above 750 since 2016. So, it
Hmm.
looks like maybe it's giving him some new life being on like a playoff contending team or something like that. It's weird to see him in Dodger blue. First of all, what do you?
No,
It's just I don't know, man.
it definitely looks strange. I
Yeah,
will say, like, pretty decent numbers. He also got robbed of a home run there night
yeah,
by Mike Talkman. Like,
he
great play
did.
by Talkman that would have won
So
the game, I believe. I think that was the
I
situation.
I do
So
think so. Yeah.
he's been pretty solid since getting that
I
lineup.
think again, you ask the Dodgers, they're going to say they're not surprised, but they're surprised, man. Like I think
Yeah.
everyone is surprised. The players over there. I mean, look again. Albert's a Hall of Famer, so like you can't really be surprised. But like he's 41 years old. There was a reason why the Angels didn't really want him anymore. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see Pujols doing good. I got the jersey up back there, man. I'm a big
For
Pujols
sure.
guy.
For
So,
sure.
but what I'm wondering is this: is there a chance that he's playing himself into a trade before the deadline because of how many players the Dodgers have hurt and have been coming back from injuries?
Hmm.
Because there are teams that could use first baseman.
That's true. I guess the question is who the Dodgers would plug in for first base full time then, if they were to ship
Well,
him out.
so I'm thinking like what I'm thinking is like Bellinger just came back, who can play first, but he's probably going to play center field. But like
Right.
They have Muncy, they have Lux, and they have Seager. What I'm thinking is when Seager comes back, Lux is moving to second, and then Muncy moves to first. Most
Hmm.
likely, that's what it would be if Pujols wasn't there. So I'm assuming they would rather have Muncy playing. I don't know if they would just platoon them, but I think it's possible.
Yeah, the Corey injury just makes it difficult. I mean, you think he's coming back like
Soon,
sooner than later.
within 2 or 3 weeks, I think. So
Right. Okay. Okay. That's actually sooner than I thought.
yeah,
Yeah. You know what? I could see it. I don't think teams would give up a lot for him though, because
right.
because
Yeah,
even you could get him and like there's no telling if he'll keep this up. You know.
yeah, and like that's what I was about to say. Like you don't really know. His numbers could dip significantly in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Hmm.
Plus, a guy like Pujols, man, like I don't think the Dodgers want to trade him because of the revenue they're making from like his jerseys. Because obviously, a lot of people are going to buy his jerseys. He's Albert Pujols.
Yeah.
But in my head, I just feel like there are teams such as Cleveland, for example, who could use a first baseman. Pujols' numbers have been better than their first baseman. So,
Yeah.
but like, could you even see him go back to St. Louis as a bench piece? Could they ask him that? Like, I don't
Kind of
know if he would
interesting.
want to do that because he'll probably go wherever he can get the most playing time. Obviously, I think the Dodgers would like ask him first straight up, like, will you even want to get traded or what's the deal? Because like if Muncy and Seager and Lux and Bellinger are all there, Albert Pujols might not have a lot of playing time, and
Right.
that was somewhat of the issue in Anaheim. That's why I think he wanted to leave too, because like he wasn't going to play. Um,
I'm a little
so I don't
confused
know.
why he's so focused on playing. I don't know. Not that like guys don't want to play, but like at this point, was he 41? Already accomplished so much. I don't know why that's like such a deal breaker for him, you know? But
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, you could even see, like, I think he just wants to boost his numbers still and just get as high on the Hall of
that's
Fame
fair.
fucking thing it can get to, which again, like if you're him, man, I know I would want to, but
I
also
wasn't considering that. Yeah.
I would realize though, like you're 41, just have fun and like play when you can and just like help out the young guys too. You know what I mean? And I know he
Hmm.
wants to do that, but like
Yeah.
it's interesting too, the White Sox don't really have room, but La Russa is the manager over there.
That's
And
true. I could see
we've
that
all
happening. Yeah.
gotten into how the La Russa situation is beyond whatever. But like
Right.
that may want him actually to not go there. That may make him like not want to go there, everything that's been happening, but you never know. I mean, they obviously had a great relationship. So I don't know. It's interesting, but I just hope he keeps piling on these numbers, man, because I think I was looking at it the other day. I think he's like third all time now in RBIs, maybe even higher up, second. He
Wow.
might be second. I don't know. He's not going to get to first. I think it was, I don't know. It's either Aaron or Bonds who's in first right now, and he's way far off from whoever it was. But
Yeah.
still, I mean, I just think it's awesome. You know, everybody has to love watching Albert Pujols play. So it's going to be a sad day when he does retire. But
Oh yeah. No, it's
uh,
been a good surprise to see him bounce back a little bit.
yeah. Um, so moving on to something that's a player who you are not going to like talking about, but it's Francisco Lindor. Um,
Right.
man, like it's been 2 months now, and he's only played 44 games. You guys had a ton of rainouts, whatever. But
Yeah.
not much has changed since about a month ago. He's hitting 191, 4 homers, 11 RBIs, 583 OPS so far this year. And that's not the only issue, unfortunately. Since the start of 2020, that's 104 games that he's played. He's averaged a 225 batting average, a 667 OPS. He's hit 12 homers and driven in 38 RBIs. That would put him on pace for 19 homers and 59 RBIs over 162, which is not worth the contract he got. But
No.
from 2015 to 2019, he averaged a 290 batting average, 26 homers, 77 RBIs, and an 839 OPS. So do you think the player he is right now is what it seems?
No. No, I don't. I I wish I had some like answer of why, yes, since the start of 2020, like something that he could fix or whatever. I don't know, like explanation for it. I don't. Like it's yeah, the numbers are freaking odd, yo. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I wish I had an answer too, because it doesn't even make sense to me. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know if he's just in his own head too much. Like,
I
it's
mean,
possible.
I like coming to New York is definitely an adjustment.
Right.
As and
Right.
and some guys like just have trouble getting started there. I mean, you guys have seen the Yankees too before, but
Mhm.
again, yeah, too. If and then last year's odd because it's a short season,
Right.
so it's not to make excuses. I just it's confusing. Like I really don't have an answer for it. But yeah, what I do know is like that's not the player he is. So
Yeah. Like, I don't think so either, but like, it's kind of getting to a point now where I'm like, fuck, like we would have expected him to be past it by now. I think everybody would
yeah,
have. uh, Regardless, everybody thought he wasn't even going to have these struggles in New York. But like after the first month, it was like, okay, the weather's warming up. The Mets are still fucking in first, dude, somehow. And he is doing
I couldn't
bad.
tell you
Like,
how.
imagine how much it's going to help you guys, though, once he's actually doing good, hopefully soon. I mean, if he plays the way he played those 5 years in Cleveland, it's a totally different story. So,
I mean, what you just said goes for most of the team, honestly. Can you imagine if
right,
like a couple of
exactly.
them just start
Alonso,
hitting? Yeah,
Conforto,
man.
yeah.
Frankie,
I
pick it
just
up, bud. I mean, the
please.
defense is I don't even know. I think I'm stretching at this point. The defense has been pretty good.
It has.
I I'm trying to stay patient, yeah.
It's like and he's being like upbeat about it when I see him in interviews and stuff, and he understands why the New York fans are booing him. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't think they should be, but he gets it,
I
and
wouldn't.
like he is saying all the right things, which I applaud him on, because if you haven't played in New York, that's a whole different animal media wise too. So you got to
Hmm.
say the right things, or else you're going to be on the page of the news the next day. So you know, he's just
He's
got
even
to
had
figure it
the
out,
freaking what the squirrel incident with Jeff
dude.
McNeil. It's been
What
some
was
season, let
that?
me tell you.
Like, do you okay? So based on that, I think we talked about it a little bit, but do you think that they were actually like fighting?
Yeah. Yeah, it
You
seems
do?
that way.
I do too, just because of the way they like sprinted down there. Like, if you didn't see those like five players sprint down there, like we wouldn't have even known what happened, because like this happens in clubhouses. Like, you've heard players speak about it. Like, there are fights in clubhouses, but usually they're behind closed doors. if you didn't see those players sprint down there to help out whatever was happening, no one would even be talking about it. So, but that happened, so we are. And again, like their double play combo. Do you think it was McNeil saying something about Lindor's play because he's been bad? Like,
I don't know, but I also think McNeil also has sucked when he was playing. So I
right.
don't think you should really be talking any shit.
Like, I don't think either of them should have. If like they were, like, who said what to who? Because you've both been sucking so bad. So like,
Honestly, man, I'm glad it blew over. I was worried like something was gonna
yeah,
this was gonna carry on. There'd be some beef.
yeah,
I mean, that was like a month ago. We really haven't heard anything since. So
no,
thank God. But I mean, yeah, to
yeah,
to the point you originally made, yeah, the New York media is gonna be all over it. So
yeah,
it's an adjustment he has to make. It's Cleveland is the polar opposite. So
exact opposite. Like
yeah.
so much. Um, so listen, he's here for what, 13 years.
Oh yeah, he's
So
not going anywhere.
he has time to figure it out. Let's say he even has like a below average season this year somehow. Let's say like worst case.
Yeah.
I think next year, like he's there. He's gonna figure it out. He's already been in New York a year. He's off. The weird season is gone. And I just think that is the worst case scenario. Best case, next 2 weeks he goes on a tear and he's back to his numbers. So hopefully that's the case. But
He homered this past weekend. So
he did. I saw that. So
I mean,
um,
hoping for the best with Frankie.
yeah. Again, I think it also has affected him because of you guys getting so many fucking rainouts.
Right.
Because then you're not playing every day. Like it sucks, but not to give him an excuse, but that's tough too. So
yeah, no, those you off the rhythm. Yeah.
yeah. So another guy I'm going to talk about, I'm going to stay in the division. Patrick Corbin for the Nationals has been pretty bad the past 2 seasons now. Since the start of 2020, Corbin has averaged a 5.45 ERA, only 7.7 strikeouts per nine. From 2017 to 2019, that was with 2 years with Arizona and then one with Nationals. He averaged a 3.48 ERA and 10 strikeouts per nine. Obviously, we all know that in 2019, Patrick Corbin was a huge part of the Nationals World Series team, especially against the Astros in that World Series.
Yeah.
But that also increased his workload that season. It's only another 23 innings, but the fact that he pitched great in 2019 means he went deep into games a lot. Then he pitched the extra games in October. So, is he what he's seen? Is it what it seems what he's been playing as the past 2 seasons or not?
So I was curious. I looked up his FIP is like almost exactly in line with his ERA for the last 2 seasons. So it's not like he's getting unlucky. Like he actually has been this bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird. And he's still like, he's 31. Like he's not really getting up there. I had to expect he turns it around. But again, yeah, like he's gotten the results he deserves. So
yeah, man, like his FIP has not it's been about that.
Yeah.
It's just interesting because like he was kind of always up and down with Arizona. I think he had an all-star season in like 2014 or 15. Then he had a couple bad years again. But then in 2017 and 18, he was very good. Then he was an all-star, I think, both seasons. Then he was an all-star in 2019 with the Nats. I'm almost positive. Then obviously he won the World Series, whatever. It's just, it doesn't really make sense that he's dropped off this much, in my opinion. But
No.
I think it's what it seems because of that it's been a long time that he's been this bad. And the FIP is just, it's not where it should be. So that's unfortunate. Obviously he can turn it around, but I don't know.
I mean, they're going to need it if they're going to get out of last place. Or, I mean, you can just compete really in that division.
They're going to need it too, because like Scherzer is a free agent after this season. Let's look past this season for an example. Corbin would still be there for another 5 years after this season, or 4 maybe, but because I think his contract was 7 years, so he would be there for another 4. So if Scherzer leaves, Strasburg has had the injury bug since that World Series too.
Yeah.
So
don't know what to expect from him.
And then after Corbin, it's John Lester, who's a free agent after the season. Their rotation may look a lot different next year. I'll just say that because They do have Joe Ross still, but I don't even know when he's a free agent. I think he is pretty soon as well. So
Yeah, and
Corbin's
he's
got to
not
turn it
particularly
around.
reliable either.
No.
He's up and down.
So, I think he definitely, obviously, he has the track record to turn it around, but you never know, man. With starting pitchers, they could be a little funny sometimes, and they could just drop off a cliff and never be the same. So,
Yeah.
we'll hope not for his sake, but
No,
we'll see.
definitely.